All right, record on computer. Okay, why hello. We are here with Beth Downs from Huggable Mugs in Minnesota, USA. Beth just finished my Multiply Mastermind program, and we're here to chat about her experience today. So how you doing today, Beth?
I'm doing great.
I am so
Summer
happy.
in Minnesota, so it's, you can't be crabby.
Well, I'm so happy you're here and that you are willing to talk about your experience in Multiply.
Yes.
All right. So first, let me ask you, how did you first hear about me and Pet Nanny Coach? Do you remember?
I think that I actually heard about you just from Googling questions or something, and you popped up, and so you had videos which were attractive at the time, and I felt like I could get to know you a little bit. So I think that's how I first heard about you. I feel like I've been stalking you for years.
All right, good. So tell us about what problems and struggles you were experiencing with your pet sitting business before joining the Multiply Mastermind program.
I think that my biggest struggle was I kind of knew what I wanted to do in my head, but I lacked some focus or some ideas on how to get there, some plans, and so I was running around in circles trying to figure it out. So
okay, all right. And when we discussed about you joining the mastermind, you were you kind of felt like frazzled, a little all over the place. I was asking you what systems you had in your business, and you were like, none. What's a system? Right. You're just kind of like totally frazzled.
Yes.
So what do you think that you have gotten after joining the mastermind? How do you feel about the problems that you were having before?
Well, the biggest thing I think for me was I have a clear path to follow. I have tools, and I learned so many things about how to solve the problems that I had. So that's the biggest thing is knowing that, okay, hey, you know what, you're not crazy. Everybody learns at some point how to do something. This is what I'm teaching you to do. So it was great.
Right. Have you ever heard of the saying, what was once difficult is now easy? And that's kind of the way I like to think about this program. All of these things, you don't know what you don't know about business. You don't know what you don't know about systems and processes and automation and how they can help scale your business. But I have tried to put this together for you guys in an easy to follow system. So there's a recipe to follow. And that at the end, all you have to do is implement and see results. So you feel like you do have a clear path now to what needs to happen with your business to take it to the next level?
Yes. I am so excited about all of the step by step. It's not just like a here's what you should do. It's a step by step informational highway that you've given us to do it. So it's just a matter of getting it done, and not eating the elephant, as you say, just one bite at a time.
One bite at a time, right? And it's all there for you. I tried to put everything too in like cut and paste, plug and play type of format where you're not having to reinvent the wheel. You're able to go in and take what I've given you and actually implement it directly into your business to make it easy.
Yes.
So before joining, did you have any like doubts or fears or anything that was stopping you, or before you decided to make the leap into the mastermind?
Yes, because I was feeling like I should know how to do certain things. I don't know why. It's not like I, have been going to run your own business school or something. So I, I think that I don't know that it was like a pride thing, but more like an embarrassment kind of thing. Like I should know this stuff. Why don't I? So you solved a lot of that for me, and you were saying, you had a business coach, they have a business coach, and I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody has business coaches. I'm having one too.
So wait, I should have asked you this in the beginning, but tell us a little bit about your business, how long you've been in business and how many sitters you have.
Yes, so I've been in business for 10 years. And I have on average anywhere from 6 to 9 sitters, and I say it because in the summer I have a couple of summer interns, as I call them, and they help out with just extra summer stuff. And
Okay.
so, yeah.
Okay. And you've been in business since what year, did you say?
2008.
2008. So
Yeah.
you've been in business for a long time.
Yeah.
You have a staff. However, you didn't know most of the information that was presented to you in our mastermind program.
Absolutely not. I always wondered, like, okay, how do people respond the way that, how do they remember how to answer all these emails? And I didn't realize that you could that there was a set it and forget it type of a program.
Right.
So I was like shocked in a happy way for once.
Great. All right. So what do you think is the greatest results and benefits that you've received from being a member of the Multiply Mastermind program?
I think one of the biggest benefits for me was emotional support. I know that sounds kind of funky, but it was so amazing to have people, kind of just come alongside you and say, hey, you know what? You're not crazy. I have the same issues. And to all of you people that might be thinking about it, the really nice thing is Colleen is is very real. She's very honest and is not. I don't believe she's pious or anything in any way. She shares her struggles or what she was able to overcome with some of the stuff that she implemented, and that's uplifting. It's nice to hear that. She's very real.
Oh, thanks, Beth.
Yes.
That is so nice.
Yes.
I appreciate that. So also being part of the community was a good experience, right? So what I wanted to do with this mastermind is really create a tribe of like-minded individuals with pet sitting business owners who were in the multiply phase of their business. They were ready to take their business to the next level. And not only were you going to be getting support from me, but you got support from everybody.
Correct. Yes, they were amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody was just, it was like every time we had class, it was like a group hug, I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
I know, we didn't want to hang up at the end.
I know.
See you next week.
Yeah, it was way, way more than what I expected.
Oh, good. Yeah. So, could you expand on that a little bit?
Well, I wasn't sure how people, if they were going to be, for lack of a better word, like somewhat cagey or not willing to really share about their struggles. Sometimes when you have business people, oh, we're great, everything is fantastic, and you're like, really? um, but everybody was honest and just shared their struggles, and then we were all equally amazed at what we were learning. So it wasn't like you felt like you were the dummy in the room because you didn't understand it or get it. No one was like that. There was a genuine respect for each other, I think. So I was that was pleasantly surprising to me.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So, would you then recommend the Multiply Mastermind to someone else who was in your spot 3 months ago, 4 months ago?
Hindsight is 2020, of course. So, but if I had to give a suggestion to people who are thinking about this or on the edge, I would say that it's of a benefit to you to pull the trigger and go ahead and do this type of a program sooner rather than later, because later is always more bogged down in your stuff that you're not doing the right way or that you're doing the hard way, I guess. So the sooner you figure this out, the better off you will be. And I do regret not doing it sooner, because as I said, I've been stalking you for years. So, and I knew you had programs. I was just hesitant because I didn't know.
Right. Well, I am so happy that you joined. It was a wonderful experience working with you. You have accomplished a lot in these last 4 months, and I can't wait to keep in touch with you and hear all the additional things that you are implementing with your business and how it's affecting your business and scaling your business and multiplying your business.
Yes.
Because you can do it. I just read too that you stopped doing your huggable huddles, right? So Beth was doing all of the registration meetings for her company. And I told her or coached her that wasn't the best use of her time and that she needed to delegate that to her wonderful staff of pet sitters. And you went ahead and did it. That was a big leap for you.
Yeah, it was really hard because I just had convinced myself that I was the only one that could actually do it. But then I think you had a template, which of course I have, and so I made a template for them, and then they had this document that they can read over and they can bring with if they need to make sure that they hit all the points, and when they had that, when they were armed with that, there was not any qualms about going. And it depends on personalities, of course. So some people are just like, oh yeah, fine, as long as I have that thing, I'm good with it. But before, I didn't have a clear path for them either. So what I was expecting people or nervous about was all in my head, and I didn't know how to get all the information out, so I don't have to now.
Well, one of the big things we talk about in the program is documenting your standard operating procedures. And this is a perfect example of writing down exactly what happens at a huggable huddle / registration meeting and how you want it done. And as soon as it's documented, you don't have to recreate it and you can hand it off and delegate it. And they then know how it needs to be done. So well done. That was awesome. I'm proud of you.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
Yes. And, like one of the thing was, as far as, one of the other reasons that I would say to do this sooner rather than later is the more you do run your business all by yourself, the more you become kind of like an island and you have all the information in your head because you're doing it all. And then when you can't do it anymore. It's very hard to try to, like we said, brain dump and get all of that out and try to explain to people what you want them to do. It would be better not to back yourself into a corner, because I feel like the longer that you do that, you just back yourself in, and it's harder to dig yourself out. So
dig yourself out and then to multiply, because if you're doing everything, if you're doing the pet sitting, if you're doing the office, you're answering the phones and the emails, there's only, you create a glass ceiling over your head, and there's no way to get to the next level. But if you start documenting and delegating, team building, creating systems, creating processes, you are going to be able to scale and multiply your business to the nth degree.
Yes. I mean, yes.
Yes. Of course. You're doing amazing. I love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's huge, because I have, and even like the things that you may seem to think that are, maybe little, were huge. Like having, one of the things you went over was having, those little cards that you made up for your sitters in their welcome little packet that you gave them about, if you haven't completed this, the visit's not done, or whatever. That's like a huge deal, because it causes me problems and anxiety beyond, like, I don't even know, drives me crazy.
That the sitters aren't going to complete the job the way that you would complete them. So, right. So you're setting expectations, you're giving them a checklist, an SOP, if you will. Again, they know exactly what needs to be done for a visit before they can leave the visit.
Yes, correct. Yes. And the thing is when they have that type of stuff, then, it makes everybody more accountable, if you will, because they know they have it, they have it, and they should have it with them, and so it's easier to talk to them about it and say, I gave you this and you read this, and so it just makes everything better and more clear. Because I found that when people don't have a clear path, they make one up themselves.
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
We all know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the other things that we kind of dove deep with you in the mastermind was the people that work for you. So moving on, what we're just talking about. And part of the program that I get in the program, I give my recruiting and hiring system for sitters. Do you feel like you are more well-equipped now to find the people to join Huggable Mugs? I wanted to say Huggable.
We're also Huggable.
Huggable Mugs. Do you feel like you're more equipped now with the information that you have from the program?
Oh my gosh.
To find, to recruit,
it's like night and day, honestly.
Good.
I mean, it was, when I interviewed people before, I was kind of like, oh, great. All right. Okay. Well, you're hired, and so now I'm a little bit gun shy. So your system is helping me overcome some of that, because I don't have to rely on my very gullible self who believes everything everybody says. And, hiring is a struggle for me. So with that system, I feel, number one, that I can have somebody else on staff do it along with me, and they might be better at it than me initially. They might not be as gullible, but it's nice to know that I have everything that I need so that I can learn how to do it better, and that I can teach someone else who I just hired, by the way, to actually do it. She's like my version of your client happiness manager.
Well, that was my next question for you. So another module in the program is bringing on hiring a manager. And
Yes.
you had a horror story happen to
Yes.
you with one of your past managers. Do you feel like the system that I provided to you has helped with that now? Obviously, yes, since you hired somebody, right?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. And the thing is I feel so much better about training them actually, because not only do you have the sitter hiring system, but you have the manager hiring system, and it also has like, okay, this is like a complete step by step, even including the things that you train on, but it's a template again. So I tweaked it for my company, and now I can go through and she has the documents, so we can go through and she knows what we're going to be talking about or training on.
Good.
Yeah. So it's unreal. It really is. I mean, if you are in the place where you feel backed into a corner, then hey, here's the way out. And you can do it. You can figure it out. You don't have to like you say, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, which is a huge relief.
Yes, huge relief.
Yeah.
I try to give you all the pieces I possibly can so you guys can just take action with it.
Yeah.
All right, last thing that you have implemented that I think is really important for pet sitters is creating the profit first financial system.
Yes.
Pet sitting business with the finances is a struggle. I struggled with it for so many years. And as the business got bigger, more money, more problems, like at least for me.
Right.
And the more money came in, the more money went out. I did not know how to manage my money correctly until Profit First came into my life, which is why I included it in this program.
Yes.
And you have it listed here as one of the outcomes of the program. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So I started reading the book based on your recommendations, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a problem for me. And so I quit my big bank that was driving me insane, and I went to a smaller bank like what they said, and I opened up 5 accounts, which it also says, and they didn't even look at me like I was crazy, which was amazing because I'm sure they were wondering. But anyway, and so the nice thing is I now have this other bank, and they seem to understand. They don't necessarily know exactly what I'm doing, but they seem to be very understanding and very, very helpful. But the thing is I'm still, I am with Profit First taking profit off of the top, and it's so uncomfortable.
I know. Well, profit should come first. It's a
yes, and I'm like,
shift.
Every time I go in there and I move money like you do with the system, I still am like, oh gosh, really? But I've done it, so it's just sitting in my little account, just sitting there.
Well, I think that so many of us pet sitters don't know about the financials of this business and how difficult it is. And when you have a large staff, and a lot of people work really, really hard for not enough money, and they don't pay themselves the way they should.
Yeah.
And this was one of the biggest takeaways from the Profit First system, that you have a business for a reason, and that is to make money.
Yeah.
And if you're not making money, and if you're not being able to enjoy your life, what's the point of having a business, right? So this is kind of a really important step, I feel, in the whole process of paying yourself first, profit first. So anyone that's watching this, the book is great, Mike Michalowicz, Profit First, but we go into it in depth in my program.
Yes, and your availability to share the people that you're using, it's very nice too. So I do have, although I haven't talked to her yet, but I do have an appointment with.
Lori Peterson.
Yeah, I have an appointment with her.
Lori Peterson is my Profit First. She's a Profit First expert?
Professional,
I guess what you call it, that Profit First professional. She is my bookkeeper and my payroll provider, and she is wonderful. So she came to speak to all of you guys
Yes.
for me, and she made herself available for any questions from you guys. So I'm so happy you took advantage of that. That's so smart.
Yeah. So I'm scheduled to meet with her in a few days, and so I'm very excited about that. But I feel like it's you know, where I was, there was so many things that needed to be fixed. So again, people, don't wait. That's all I can say. Just don't wait.
Well, I am so happy that you received so much value. I received so much value from you. You were such a wonderful contributing member of our tribe. You showed up every week. You did the work, and you're just a pleasure to have gotten to know. And I'm so excited to see all the great things that you're going to do.
Yeah.
And I'm here for you. I can't wait.
Yes.
And I want you to keep in touch. You're going to be receiving forms from me because, like I said, I'm invested in your success, and I want to see how it grows after planting all these wonderful seeds for your business.
Yeah.
All right, Beth. Take care. Thank you so much for being here.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.